In this TikTok advertising tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to run TikTok ads for business so you can get more traffic, more sales, and more customers on what is arguably one of the greatest advertising opportunities available right now. And that's true whether you're doing e-commerce or drop shipping, you have an online business, you're a local brick and mortar store, you're a creator who wants to grow your influence, or pretty much anything else you can think of. This is because at least right now, while TikTok ads are still relatively new and undiscovered, you can tap into a market on one of the fastest growing social media sites on the world with over 1 billion monthly active users. And with 8 new users joining TikTok every single second, it pretty much doesn't matter who you serve. You're likely to find a large portion of them right there on the app. And actually, let's talk about that for a second, because the age thing is usually the biggest objection people have to advertising on TikTok. And that's cool. I get it. After all, when TikTok first came on the scene, it did appeal to a younger demographic, but that's how every social media platform works and will continue to do so well into the future. It starts young and then it ages up over time. I mean, hey, there was a time not that long ago when Facebook was only available to college students, and now the average age of a Facebook user in the US is 40.5 years old. So yes, if your target market is Gen Z, then TikTok is obviously a no-brainer for your business, especially now that TikTok has surpassed Instagram in regards to popularity among Gen Z users. But a recent report by Hootsuite found that a TikTok ad could potentially reach up to 50.3% of adults in the US, a total of 130,962,500 people. And that's a lot of people. And TikTok was the most popular app downloaded in 2020 and 2021. And yes, while the majority of people do go to TikTok for entertainment, it's not all fun and games. According to TikTok's What's Next report, topics related to investing, cryptocurrency, and all things finance grew 255% last year. And there's also an active and rapidly growing personal finance community on the app. And as for whether TikTok ads are worth your time or not from a business perspective, consider this. TikTok is now the #1 app for driving consumer spending, beating out Tinder for that #1 spot. And it just keeps growing from there. Last year, consumer spending on TikTok increased by 77%, up to $2.3 billion. And the best part of TikTok ads is that you're able to tap into all of this market without spending the time and energy on a longer-term organic growth strategy. So let's dive into the details on how to make that happen now. TikTok ads operate like pretty much any other kind of social media ad. So if you've run Facebook ads or Instagram ads or Google ads or YouTube ads before, the whole process is going to look pretty familiar. That said, there are a few key differences when it comes to setup and targeting and placements and designing your overall ad for maximum effectiveness. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, so feel free to pause as we go along, or don't be afraid to go back and rewatch it again as you go through the process setting up your ads for yourself. Step 1 is obviously to create a TikTok advertising account, which fortunately is incredibly easy. All you need to do is go to getstarted.tiktok.com, click start now, and then enter your name and your email and your other details in order to set up your account. Step 2 is to create and install your TikTok pixel. The way to do this is once your ad account is set up, simply go to your ads dashboard, then click on assets, then events, then create pixel. A pixel is important because it enables you to track conversions and different events on your website. Not to mention then being able to use that data to create custom audiences on TikTok Ads Manager who you can retarget in the future. It also helps to improve your TikTok ads performance by optimizing your ads and delivery to only be shown to those people most likely to take action. Once that's done, you're pretty much ready to get started creating your very first campaign. So click the Create a Campaign button and then choose your objective. If you've run Facebook ads or Instagram ads before, this is going to look very familiar. And just like with Facebook ads, the objective that you're going to want to optimize for 90% of the time is probably around conversions. Essentially, this is optimizing your ad in order to get someone to take some kind of specific action, whether it's to make a purchase, or to complete an application, or to download a lead magnet. To keep things simple today though, I'm just going to choose video views. Give it a name of Adam's TikTok tutorial. It's very original. I'm going to leave the split test feature off for now, but this is definitely something you're going to want to do when you set up your own campaigns. And I'll set the budget of $50 per day. And speaking of budget, as of right now, TikTok's minimum daily spend is a little bit higher than other platforms. I also find that a good range to start testing different campaigns is around $20 to $50 per day, so feel free to play around that range and see what you're comfortable with and what gets you the best results. Once that's done, it's time for step 4, which is to create an ad group. Facebook and Instagram have ad sets, and Google and YouTube and TikTok have ad groups. Same things, just different names. And it's here that you're going to select your targeting, including your demographics and your interests and behaviors. Now, there are a lot of different targeting options available here, but there's two pieces of advice in particular I want to give you if you're just getting started. Number one, start with a broader audience than you might think, and let the TikTok algorithm work to put your ads in front of the right people. Also, make sure to give your ads a sufficient amount of time to get enough data back so you can see what's working and what's not. This is going to require a little bit of self-reflection and brutal honesty, but the reality is that if you're planning on shutting down your ads in the first hour after not seeing the sales just come rolling in, well, you're probably better off holding off from advertising until you're ready to spend just a little bit of time and money on the testing phase. Number two, try to test only one interest at a time per ad group. This will allow you to see what interests work best for your business and for your offer, rather than cramming a whole bunch of different ones into a single ad group and then trying to guess after the fact which one was the one that actually got you the results. Once all that's done, it's time to get to work creating your ad. To me, this is the single most important part of any advertising campaign. After all, whether we're talking about TikTok ads or Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube ads or Google ads or any other kind of ads, the platforms and the algorithms themselves are better and faster and more accurate and easier to use than ever before. That means that the key differentiator between a very profitable ad and one that just wastes your time and your money and your energy all comes down to the ad creative that you use. The words, images, and in this case, the video that you're going to put in front of someone in order to get them to take some kind of action. This is why creating the ad itself is where I spend the bulk of my time. In scripting, in recording, in editing, and in refining what I believe is the ultimate and perfect ad for whatever objective I'm going for. And it doesn't matter what ad platform I'm using, I never create just one single ad. Nope, it's more like 5 or 10 or 20 or 50, depending on the budget that I'm working with. This is because even after a decade of advertising, I'm still sometimes surprised at the ads that do really, really well from the ones that just totally miss the mark. And the best way to quickly find a winning ad combination is by throwing a whole bunch of different ads out there and seeing which one sticks. Fortunately, if you're not in a position to hire an advertising agency to work on your creative with you, you can still get a ton of incredibly valuable information by checking out the TikTok Creative Center and looking at the top ads. This is going to show you what TikTok ads are working best for other people, and then you can learn from them and model them and customize them for your own unique business. Pay special attention to the words, the sounds, as well as the length and where the conversions are taking place. I've got one more trick to share with you though that I think you're going to find really helpful, and that is when it comes to creating really effective TikTok ads, one of the best things you can do is take a look at the strategies and tactics working on TikTok's competitor platform, Instagram. And this is why I've linked up a video right here on what's working right now with Instagram ads to give you even more ideas. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video. And not just organically either, but as a powerful advertising tool that right now is getting better results than pretty much any other placement on Instagram. And you can safely test out story placements alongside your Reels placements